Yeah. So today, prepositions of movement, a request from a follower for today. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a little bit about these prepositions. We're going to review them. And then after this, I have a little fun activity for practicing that we're going to do together. Okay, so explanation, and then we're going to do some fun interactive exercises. Okay? So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat anytime. Okay. And yeah, Gustavo is asking about other questions. You can ask me. I will give some time at the end for you to ask me anything. So I do try to at least spend a few minutes just open question and answer. Okay. So if you have preposition questions, grammar questions, questions about this, put it in the chat, and then later on I'll answer some more. Yes, Wendy, I am an English teacher in reality. This is reality too, though. I like how you worded that. Yes, I am an English teacher. I'm certified. I am a certified English teacher. Yep. Okay, guys, so let's get started. So let's start with just a review of these and let me know if you have any questions, okay? If you have trouble viewing this, you can, if you're here in HelloTalk, I'm also going to post this to YouTube later, about, half an hour of it. So if you're here in HelloTalk right now, live, you can zoom with your fingers. So you can use your fingers to zoom in, okay? I don't know why it's moving. Why is it moving? I'm not moving it, you guys. There's a ghost. Yeah, so let's look here. So the first one, oh my gosh, I can tell it's going to be a morning, you guys. So two, okay, so I want to clarify something about this. Something about prepositions. Something that's very important about prepositions. And that is that when we use prepositions in English, and it's this way in other languages too, for example, in Spanish, it's this way, I know. Prepositions, they don't always make sense. Okay, so prepositions do not always make sense. And when we're talking about prepositions of movement, we are specifically talking about when we use these prepositions to indicate movement. So, for example, phrasal verbs. Oh my gosh, phrasal verbs. So when I say oh, for example, here, over, this is what the preposition means when it's a preposition of movement. I do not want you to connect that with a phrasal verb, okay? For example, turn over, or come over, or do over. Those are all phrasal verbs that use the preposition over. But that's totally different. Okay, so when I talk about prepositions of movement, I'm specifically talking about when we use it a certain way, not when it's connected to a verb like that. In those cases, it's really idiomatic. It doesn't always make sense. Yeah, Passoverly, exactly. So you have to separate in your mind. When I say this is what over means, I don't mean it's what it means all the time. Yes, over is a preposition, Wendy. Yeah, it is. But again, we use prepositions in different ways and sometimes they don't make sense. So, specifically movement today. Okay, so let's start with two. So, when we're talking about two, and a lot of this, if you are able to understand me today without a translator, this is probably review for you. right? Used to indicate a destination or direction. Okay. So, for example, let's see, do I have a prop here? What should I use as my prop today? I will use, I wish I had something interesting, but here, I'll use this book. Okay, so I have a book. Okay, so if I say, I'm going to move my hand to the book, for example, to, that's the destination. Okay, so if I'm going to someplace, I'm mentioning the destination, the place where, the place I'm going. So I'm going to the book. Right here, the boys go to school in groups. School is a destination. I'm going to the grocery store. The grocery store is my destination. The idea is that when I reach that place, I will reach where I'm going, right? So I think that one is pretty normal. So yeah, if you're going to something, it's the destination. This is different than towards. Toward or towards. I want you to repeat that after me, okay? So I'm going to say it a couple times. If you have freedom where you are, you should try to repeat after me because a lot of English learners have trouble with this word. Toward. Toward. Towards. Towards. How did you do? Tell me in the chat how you did with that. So the difference between to and towards is that towards is the direction. So if you go towards something, it means you're going, thank you, Vladimir, for putting the IPA in the chat. Yeah, Vladimir put the IPA in the chat for us. So if you're going towards something, that is the direction you're moving. It does not necessarily mean that you will reach that destination. For example, we use it when we're talking about directions. Okay, so if you want to get to the library, walk towards Center Street, but then take a right. Or walk towards the grocery store and then take a left. So for example, yeah, so towards is when you are moving that direction. Okay? I'm going towards it's towards home. Okay, so that's the big difference. You can let's see, so if I say I'm going to the grocery store, that means that I plan on reaching the grocery store. I'm going to that destination. If I'm going towards the grocery store, it means I'm moving that way. But maybe I'm going to go somewhere else next before I get there. Okay. Let's see. Any questions so far about to and towards? And again, we're going to practice this. So I just want you to try to understand what I'm saying right now. Okay, so try to understand what I'm saying and my examples that I give. And then after this, we're going to do some exercises that will hopefully make it a little bit clearer for you. Let's see. Yeah, happy Eid. Yeah, happy Eid to all my Muslim friends. Today is Eid. I have a feeling today I have an in-person class and I just know there's not going to be hardly any students because of Eid. Yeah, Wendy, so toward and towards, my understanding is that toward and towards are pretty interchangeable. Okay, so you can kind of use both. Yeah, Ivy, I just did explain that difference. So to is a destination, toward is the direction you're moving. Okay. Yeah, so let's move on. Yep, Hilda, I'm heading toward the city in my car. So you say I'm heading toward the city in my car, or I'm heading towards the city in my car. I really think there's no big difference between toward and towards. Okay. Yeah. Good job, you guys. Okay, let's keep moving so we can get to our um, exercises. So the next one is through. So this is movement from one side to another, but in something or inside something. Okay? So with through, you're really inside something. For example, here you can move through long grass. So grass, maybe it's grass that's really high and you move through it. Okay, you're really inside something. You walk through a forest. You walk through a forest. What else do you go? You go through a tunnel. Okay, so let's say there's a tunnel. Does everyone know what tunnel is? So for example, if you need to go through, if you need to go, yeah, through a mountain, you know, a mountain, sorry, mountain, I'm being so American here. If you want to go through a tunnel, you go through it like that. Okay. Yeah, so Ahmed's asking, what about going through tough situations? Yeah, so in that case, it's more metaphorical. So if you go through tough situations, that means it's the same kind of idea of going through, but it's like, it's more symbolic, right? You're going inside of it. Yeah, you have no idea what I'm going through. Yep, Centurion. Um, yeah, exactly. That is more, yeah, it's figurative. Yeah. Um, so for example, right here, you can see it says, David walked slowly through the woods. So woods and forest, they're basically the same thing. Yeah, so if you go through something as a tula, if you're going through something, it means that you're going inside. So for example, so I'm taking my book out. I think this is a good example. So if I want to go through this book, what would I do? Hmm. Think about it for a second. What would I do if I wanted to go through this book? Yeah, you could read it. Yeah, I need to read. We do. We read through things. That's a great point, Ivy. We do read through things. Yeah. Yeah, I would open it. Yep, Jesse. Maybe I would stick, I don't know. This is awkward, but here, I have some lip gloss. I can put this lip gloss through my book. There, through. Okay, so it went through my book. It's kind of a funny example. Um, yeah, so go across the park. Vladimir, I don't know if I would say to go across the park. We'll talk about across in just a second. If you go, yeah, people walk through a park. Yes, there's this idea that you are inside the park. Okay. Um, Yeah, she went through a lot of difficulties to reach her position in that company. Guys, I am not touching the slide. It is just moving. Look, my hands are here. I don't know what's happening. Oh my gosh, why is my slide moving? Do you guys see this? Do you see it moving? Am I hallucinating? Am I imagining things? Oh my gosh, there's a ghost, you guys. There's a ghost here. There's a ghost. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. Maybe it's someone from HelloTalk. I don't know. Okay, I hope so because I don't want it to be. Um, ah! Okay, stop, stop. What is happening? Okay, here we go. It's very crafty. Maybe if I touch it, it'll stop. Okay, stop moving. No, it's still moving. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Let's move. Behind me. Okay, says, yeah. Okay, let's keep moving. Into, because I want to get to the fun stuff. I don't like it when I'm just sitting here and um, explaining things. Okay, so into, you can scroll? Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm not scrolling. It's just moving. Okay, so into is when it goes, is movement that enters a space, usually with a verb that expresses movement. Okay, so that's kind of sounds complicated, but oh my gosh, I cannot handle this movement. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull my slide back up because this is really this is really bothering me. Okay, I'm going to try to bring that slide back up. Let's see. I'm going to try again. See if it works. All right. No, it's still yeah, someone, I don't know what's going on, you guys. Someone is like messing with this, or I don't know. So let's talk about into. I may just need to describe without. Um, So basically, this is when you want to enter a space. Okay, so into is like inside. Yeah, Vladimir, it is a picture though. It is a picture. That's what I'm downloading. Um, so into is like inside. Okay, it's like inside or in. The only difference between in and into when we're talking about direction and space is that into is movement. So into is like movement inside. Okay, so Keen, I don't know what you're asking, Azatula. Okay, so for example, so what if I want to put, so let's look at my book again. Okay, what if I want to put this lip gloss into my book? What do I do? Yeah, Jelena. Yeah, Jelena, I'll insert my feet into these shoes. You could do that. Or you can just put my feet. Put your feet into these shoes. What do you think? What do I do if I want to put this here? If I want to put this into, it would be like this. I'm going to put my lip gloss into my book. Yeah, exactly, Macy. Yeah, Macy. Yeah. You just insert it, right? Exactly. Yep, you can put your arm into sleeves. Yeah, Jesse, and into. Yep, insert. Put my hands into gloves. You're going to pass it yeah, Ahmed, if I was passing it between the pages like earlier, that was through. I'm going to move my lip gloss through my book. Boop, 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 through my book. If I'm putting it into, I just go like this. Now it's in. So again, the only difference between in and into is movement. That's it. Okay. Then we have over. Over is movement at a higher level than something else. He jumped over the wall. Over. He jumped over the wall. Yeah, Alicia, I put my fingers into my hair. Yeah, exactly. Like that. Good examples, you guys. Um, again, we're going to practice this in a minute. Yeah, exactly, Wendy. The wall is below him if you jump over. Yep, you jump over a fence, Jessie. That's right. I jumped over the bench. My kids are jumping over the bed. So if they're jumping, my kids don't jump over the bed. They jump on the bed, right? They jump on the bed. If they're jumping over the bed, they go like this. They jump over. Yep, head over heels. Yeah, Jelena. Yeah, that's a good expression. Head over heels means to be in love. I'm head over heels. Yeah. Um, put the snake into the backpack. Yeah. That sounds scary. Yep, exactly, Kay. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. Yep, that's a popular children's song. Over the moon. Yeah, that's another expression, Ahmed. Okay. Yep, I'm over my head, Jerry. Yeah, that's a great expression. I'm over my head means like I don't have, it's this is way over, like it's over my head. I can't even think about it. I can't even process it. Yep, she crossed over the bridge during heavy raining. Yeah. Yeah, Ahmed, my kids love that song too. My kids do too. I'm over it. That's different. Yeah, that's more of expression. And again, you want to, yeah, uali, the game is over. That's different. With a lot of these prepositions, we use them in so many different ways. But right now, we're talking specifically about movements. Okay. Yeah, so again, so across, I want to move on to my exercises, so I want to check my time. Okay, I need to hurry up. I need to hurry up. Across is when you move from one side of something to the opposite side. Okay? From one side to another side. The truck skidded sideways across the road. And as someone said, you go across a bridge. Okay? So for example, let's take out my book again. What do I do? What do I do if I want this lip gloss to go across this book? What do I do if I want this lip gloss to go across my book? I'll let you think for a second. So you would go like this. Do 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 do. Right? It's like going across a bridge, going across the street. For example, my kids, I have two kids, and they have friends in the house across the street. So on the other side of the street, there's a house and there's some kids there that they like to play with. So my kids, if they want to play, um, if they want to play, I say, hey, why don't you go across the street and why don't you go across the street and play with your friends? Across, so Ahmed's asking, but across with touching the ground or it's not concerned? Yeah. Go across. Does it involve touching the ground? I'm thinking about it. Yes, we live across the street. Yeah. I think it does involve touching the ground. Maybe, maybe not. I need to think about that question. I'm not sure about that question. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure about that question. Yep, be careful when you want to actually that one is to cross the street. So across is a preposition. What you need, Hilda, there is a verb. You're missing a verb. So it needs to cross the street. I have a market across my street. Yeah, good. Yeah, so again, so let's move to, let's see. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. Um, if my ghost would go away, because I have a ghost here. Um, so let's look at, oh my gosh, along. Well, let's skip along. Let's go to around. No, from. Let's go to from. So from is the place where it starts, right? So we talked about where you're going to. So those really should have been right next to each other. You go to something from another place. So from is where you started and to is the destination. From is where you started, to is the destination. So I'm moving from my house to the grocery store. From my house to the grocery store. Okay. Um, let's see. What was I just saw a good one. What did I? Don't cross the street from here. Yeah, means don't start here. Good. Um, can cross used without a verb in front of it? So to cross is the verb. It's a verb. So we're talking about prepositions. So move across, go across, run across. These action verbs that we need a preposition for. So if you just say to cross, that's different. That's a verb. Okay. Yeah, where are you from? Yep. So from is still the destination in that place. Jerry, she came from school crying. Yeah, so school was where she started. I go to the gym from my school. Good, Alicia. Yeah, from is the starting place, to is the destination. Good. Nice examples. Okay. And again with on to. So earlier I said that the only difference between in and into is movement. So something is in something, that's just stationary. There's no movement. If you add into, it means like going inside. So I give the example of, for example, right now, I put my lip gloss into the book. My lip gloss is in the book. So the only difference is into has movement. And actually, people use in for movement too. I put it in the book. That's fine too. But into is always movement. The same with onto. With onto, the only difference is movement as well. So my lip gloss is on the book, or I put it onto the book. So on is just the state, right? And onto is movement. But again, a lot of English speakers just say on for movement as well. I put it on the book. You don't have to say I put it onto the book. You could say I put it on the book. Okay? But onto is only movement. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, could you please put this book onto the desk, please? Yeah, could you put the book onto the desk? Movement. I don't think onto is rare. I don't know about rare, but we do use it without. We also say put it on the desk. Okay. So yeah, that's the only difference. Okay, Mr. Ghost, I'm gonna leave you. Whoever you are, Mr. Ghost. Oh, me. I always confuse upon. Yeah, I can explain that real quick. So Upon and on are the same thing, me. Me's asking about upon versus on. They're used basically the same way. Upon is pretty formal. We don't say it very much in English anymore. It's pretty rare. Usually we just say on. I put the book, see, I'm going to use my elegant voice. I put the book upon the table. All right. I'm trying to give you an idea of how fancy it is. Upon the table. Okay. Bye, ghost. So upon is just on. It's just fancy. We don't say it very much. I'll climb upon that hill. Yes, it's very fancy. Yeah, where's my pen? It's in my book. I put it into my book, to the book yesterday. Yeah, exactly, Alale. Good job. Let's do an exercise. What time is it? Oh yeah, we got time because I promised some Q&A at the end. So let me get my exercise. We'll see if my lovely ghost is still here. All right, here it is. It's on the second page here. So let's do this should be a little bit more fun. So here, again, if you can't see and you're watching this on HelloTalk, you can zoom with your fingers. So yeah, I want to practice. So let's talk about, let's do letter A. Okay. Name 3 things you would never run towards. In the chat. Name something, just one thing. Name something you would never run towards. So remember, towards is in the direction of a moving car. Good, Centurion. I would never move towards a moving car. What else? Good, Ahmed. I would never run towards a hole. You would never run towards a dog? I would run towards a dog. A cigarette? An angry dog gal. I'm with you on that. I would never run towards a cigarette. I would never run towards an angry dog. I would never run towards a wild lion. Towards a wall. Yeah, don't do that. I love these answers. Thunder, wine. You would never run towards paradise? Oh my gosh, a tiger. I would never run towards hell. An angry girl. Good. Yeah, I would never run towards, or I would never run toward. It's fine. Both are fine. Oh, Lee, that's a good one. I would never run toward tomorrow. That's right. Enjoy the day, guys. A snake, a cliff. Yeah. You can, Ahmed, you can say I'm moving towards my goals. Yeah. Hey, Ruim, good to see you today. Thanks for joining. I love these. Okay, let's keep going. That was funny. Name something you would go through on a train journey. Jelena, I would never run towards danger, marriage, or a driver's license. Okay. Bonus points if you make me laugh. I think you should always laugh when you're learning a language.